Hello, it's me Sho Hamanaga, back to talk to you about Project MIKHAIL in our second producer letter. Today, I've got 4 things I'd like to talk to you about. First, season mode. We've talked about season mode a few times, but we've never really discussed what it is. So I'd like to talk about that today. Second, we'd like to answer some of your questions. And the last two were for fans of Muv-Luv. How difficult is the game? How do we bring the difficulty of Muv-Luv into MIKHAIL while making it fun? We have a video to help show that. And last, how does Project MIKHAIL fit in the wider Muv-Luv universe? Let's start with season mode. First, with season mode, when you play in season mode, you are playing as yourself. In story mode, you'll be seeing the game from Takeru's perspective. But in season mode, you become a surface pilot and experience the world of Muv-Luv automated for yourself. The combat section is the same as you are already seeing. You fight the bait and use the parts they drop to improve your TSF, gradually making it stronger. In season mode, all players will participate in the same started world, running on a single server. So how do you play? Well, let's assume an officer in the Imperial Army has issued a mission, and other factions have issued missions that want you to do the complete opposite. For example, let's say you want to save the world, and you think that taking this mission will bring you closer to that goal. And someone else says, no, we should do this instead if we want to save the world. Each player has to think and make decisions for themselves. If you want to save the world, you choose the missions you think will bring you closer to saving the world and move the world in the direction you want it to go. Of course, there's a lot of missions available at any one time. Maybe you don't want to save the world, maybe you want to destroy the world. The game features a lot of characters with a lot of different beliefs who will give different missions. By completing missions for the person whose vision for the world most closely matches your own, you can bring that vision to reality. Of course, there's limits to what one person can do. So you can talk to your friends and say, this is what I'd like to happen with Project MIKHAIL world, and get them to join you. We want season mode to be not something you play by yourself, but something where users communicate with each other to choose the world of fate. A lot of users say they wanted to fight alongside their friends or have voice chat. And this is something I'd like to put in, but it's not something we'll be able to put in at release. But this doesn't mean we'll never have it. What we'd like to do instead is publish the game as it is now, and get your opinion on it. Do you want us to spend more time working on this mode, or are there other things you'd like us to focus on first? We want to release the game and then get your feedback on where you'd like to see improvements made. We want to build this game with you, but of course, we don't want to take your money for something that's incomplete. Since this game isn't free to play, we want to ensure we can offer you enough value for your money. And that value is going to come from the story mode. In this mode, you'll experience the world of alternate from Takeru's viewpoint. we are going to work hard on story mode so that at release it's a fully complete game you can enjoy. Season mode is something we'll build together with the users. And once it's at the point where it's really fun, we hope you consider purchasing a battle pass to help cover development costs. Now let's answer some of your questions. First, we got a lot of questions about setting your TSF colors. There might be some limits, but yes, you'll be able to do this. I have a video to help explain that. Take a look. Choosing colors isn't something that's a paid option. You'll be able to do it just through playing the game. On to our next question. Will we support the Switch Lite? We will, yes. Next, is it possible to play in first person as opposed to third person? We get asked this a lot, so I talked to the director. The reason we are making it in third person is that getting new parts for your match and upgrading it is a big part of the game. So we want to make sure you can always see your TSF. I asked about adding a first person mode too, and was told that the game would still function that way. So we are thinking about adding it in as a bonus. But what I would have to decide then is, do we put our efforts into improving season mode or add this as a bonus after launch? We want to add the most important features first. Next, we got some comments about the amount of blood. I talked to the director and we are going to keep it as it is. I was a little concerned about this too. I thought it might hide the TSF's coloring. So I tried it out in-game. I turned my full TSF a bright yellow, with the blood would really stand out to see if it would hide the colors. After playing a few missions, I found that the amount of blood and where it landed was different each time. And I think it's really a subjective question where everybody would have their own opinion. So I decided to keep it as it is. If you guys think it's too much when you play it, the director and I have decided we'll fix it then. So play the game and tell us what you think. Next, will we be publishing a limited edition? Not at release, no. Limited editions cost money to make, and we'd like to spend our money making the game fun. Once we have a season mode, that's a lot of fun and a lot of update content, we may do one then. But there's something I'd like to ask your help with. Some of you might hold off buying the game until the limited edition is released. But when we do release the limited edition, we'll make sure it's fair to people who bought the existing game. So please buy the download version. Last time, we had a question about turning off the damage indicators. We put that into the game, so please take a look. We're going to keep listening to your requests and putting in as many as we can. Project MIKHAIL has the ability to change the difficulty. You can make the game more difficult by increasing a stage level past the average level of your TSF path. So if you want the sense of despair that Muv-Luv gives you, you can turn the difficulty way up. And when you do, you'll get better items. So how close does that experience come to the Muv-Luv sense of despair? A lot of these numbers are still being adjusted, but we have a video that should help explain that. We have one other video to show you today. The laser class are an important part of Muv-Luv, and I'd like to show you how dangerous it is when one targets you, and how much damage you can take. we showed you how changing the difficulty can affect the game. And I'm sure some of you are thinking it's great, and some of you are thinking it's not enough. Leave your comments below and I'll share them with the director and the developers to help make the game as much fun as it can be. So how does MIKHAIL fit in the wider Muv-Luv universe? Until now, Muv-Luv has been only an adventure game, and now we are bringing in things like action and multiplayer elements. We are trying to bring Muv-Luv to a customer base that we haven't been able to reach before. MIKHAIL is part of the Muv-Luv brand, so making it consistent with that world is really important, and making it a fun game is also really important. So what do we do when something comes up and we need to choose between making it fun and making it through to the Muv-Luv world? We can make something that's true to the Muv-Luv world and not fun, or something that's a different interpretation but more fun. When that comes up, I want to choose making the game fun. So what I'd like to ask all you fans to do is keep playing Project MIKHAIL. We want to make this game together with you. So at first, we'll be trying a lot of different things. But if you keep playing it and having fun, you'll understand where we need to put our efforts. Our new players will be able to understand what kind of game it is and what makes it special. Of course, we'll do our best to take your feedback and use it to make the game even better. There's one more thing I want to talk about. This game isn't just for Japan, it's for the whole world, so we are changing the feel of the character design a little. We'll have more to show you on that front later, so look forward to that. We've discussed a lot today, but just one last thing I have to tell you. We'll be planning on an August release, but we are now looking at the end of September or October at the latest. It's taking longer than planned to bring alternative complex story into the game. This was my mistake, but please give us a little more time. And we'll release sometime in late September or October. Thanks for watching and thank you for supporting Project MIKHAIL.